Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And I can eat an impressive amount of cheese.
That's accurate. I've seen it.
Do we really want to be sitting by you still?
I didn't say I did it right now. I'm just saying I can. I have that option at all times.
You look like the sad Snapchat filter again.
You didn't do that tonight.
I didn't.
Tell them what the people should do.
If you also like cheese or would like to talk to us about anything this evening, please use
Or
the
perhaps
hashtag.
not cheese.
Or not cheese. Not cheese.
cheese.
Although if you work, you know what? Calling it right now. Cheese puns. Many you can hit me with. Go. Hashtag Geeks Corner so that we can see your many cheese puns or whatever we're talking about. So you can communicate with us on the Twitters and we can join the conversation live through the magic of the internet.
We did that at the same time.
That was
That was
impressive.
not even coordinated.
And jumping over to Twitter, I see we already have a new meme from Ms. Bailey C.
Yay!
It's a Finding Dory related meme. We don't know how to put it on the screen right now, so you have to go on Twitter and look. Hashtag Geeks Corner, and you can see what she's put on. But it's a cute meme. Very good. We're glad you're back, Miss Bailey C, and that we get memes again because even though this one is not of Murray, it's still very entertaining.
Because she
the
has
Murray
Wi-Fi,
stuff.
so she could watch tonight.
Yeah.
Yay!
Welcome back, number one fan.
Absolutely. So Chalk Walk was this last weekend, and we had a fantastic team that walked through the park to raise money for the Children's Hospital of Orange County, didn't we, Cameron?
Including somebody's parents.
Yes.
That's true.
What did you think of Chalk Walk?
I was not there, friends. Here's the bad thing. Here's the really bad thing. A couple days previous to this, Mr. Daps actually messaged me about going to something in relation to Chalk to represent Daps. And I said, oh, actually, I'm busy that evening. Unfortunately, I can't. That should have cued me in that, oh, I still need to register for the Chalk thing. So, true to my word, I will be making a donation equal to what I would have paid in for Chalk. I will be good for that. But, yeah, didn't go. And I'm sorry, Internet. I've let you down.
But next year.
Next year, I will join in.
There you go.
And I'll start early, and I'll start fundraising, and I'll
You're gonna
outraise
be the
them all.
biggest fundraiser.
Yeah.
On
Watch,
Team
it's
Daps,
gonna
right?
be impressive. But speaking of hats worn by other people's parents,
Why do you keep bringing my parents?
because
into
they were
this?
adorable. They were like the most adorable thing
Honestly,
ever.
my parents are the cutest people on the face of the planet. I'm gonna be real honest for like 2 seconds. And they watch the show.
I was going to say,
so.
are you saying this because they're watching, or are
No,
you saying this?
because I will probably be with them watching it in like
Hi,
a couple
Katie's parents.
days. So, hello to my parents.
We're big fans.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we used to do the Chalk Walk when I was younger, and then I did it last year, and then my parents got really excited, and they're like, well, we want to do
And by
Chalk
younger,
Walk
I
again.
believe they said the last time they did the Chalk Walk with you, you were still in a stroller.
That was my dad. My
That's
dad
what your
said
dad
that.
said. Yes.
My mom, we went, I think the
2
last,
years?
I was like
3
8.
years ago.
Something like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Keep going.
Anyway. So my parents got really excited. They both signed up. It was actually my mom's birthday, and she
Aw.
still did Chalk Walk anyway. And
I was very impressed.
yeah, and we wear hats, and my parents went, we don't really have a lot of fun hats. Can we just wear Santa hats? So they
Yes,
did.
yes, you can.
It was so fun. Like,
And I was glad they did because there was a couple times where we'd either get ahead or behind, and I could always find your dad.
That's fantastic.
It's
And-
just true. He's taller and he had a Santa hat on. It's like, perfect.
You're like,
there he is.
there.
And then my dad would say, hey, Mr. Daps, you want to hear an embarrassing story about Katie? And then just, he has so much ammunition.
From what
on
I've
me
heard
at this
about you,
point.
sir, like 90% of your communication with Mr. Daps is just embarrassing stories about Katie. I want in on that. Like,
And then
It might
my,
have been a missed opportunity.
it really
sorry.
was.
my
and
mom
I
will also do it,
apologize.
but it's like a different side of the same embarrassing story. So it's like you're just getting as many details as possible.
So before we continue on about the Chalk Walk, we do need to hit some cheese puns.
Cheese buns!
Cheese buns!
So you're telling us your favorite cheese is definitely goat cheese? Is that what I'm hearing? Okay,
Absolutely.
but there's no pun there. It's
No,
just,
that was
you
no
just,
pun.
you
No.
just-
Oh,
That's-
that was
I like-
the pun
That
shot.
is
that was just
100%.
your favorite
Okay,
cheese.
so that was before we got into the
Before
pun
we-
part.
Yes, before anyone mentioned puns, I was just like, yeah, okay, let's go with
Yeah, I like
Oh,
cheese.
puns.
I
Oh,
was like,
man.
oh, we're asked for puns, and Steven gives us a
But legit, no
favorite
joke,
cheese.
goat cheese is amazing. Get out there, try some.
But it can be the greatest of all time.
Oh, goat!
Yeah.
I see you.
You did goat things.
This
Oh.
opening is not so Gouda. Cheese puns.
Yay!
Geeks Corner.
Cheese insult puns.
Cheese puns.
Did Mr. Cam Jackson have a cheddar wardrobe than this? Okay.
Cheddar.
Hey,
Cheddar, I
cheddar.
Wait, I'm
see.
not done.
Cheddar. Oh.
There better be an explanation.
Brie.
Hey!
Next one.
There's
Well,
more.
this cheese is nacho cheese.
It's not
Nacho cheese.
nacho,
Nacho
cheese. indeed.
cheese.
Nacho cheese.
Indeed.
Not so excited about the cheese.
I may regret this decision by the end of it.
All right, so keep sending us your
Please,
cheese
come
puns
on.
regret.
to be.
They're fun. I love them.
read on the air, and we will have fun.
We'll make you
Oh,
famous with cheese jokes.
There you go.
Make
Cheese
you
jokes.
famous with cheese jokes.
So chalk walk, we got there ridiculously early in the morning. It was dark out. It was
dark out.
It's kind of funny because we had, I think our entire team was comprised of people who are not morning people. and so you see us smiling and bantering this time of night, and there's a reason we record this show at night and not in the morning.
It's true.
Because if this show had been filmed during chalk walk, nothing would have happened.
Stuff,
I think the
stuff
first
happened in Disney. You don't
mile of the chalk walk, nobody even said anything.
Well, I also didn't get coffee.
dirge.
I really wanted coffee, and the
Mhm.
line for Starbucks was too long. And I'm pretty sure once I actually saw you, because you were ahead of us, we met up, and I just kind of went. I didn't even bother saying anything.
Nobody
to you.
said anything.
Yeah.
We just walked. We did have the youngest walker, I think, maybe even in the resort, and little Olivia was a couple months old, and so we had a baby riding
True.
with us, I guess, not really walking, and she slept through the entire walk.
Only
And
woke
then-
up once we crossed the finish
Yeah,
line.
we finished the walk.
She's like, "I
and
did
the
it.
baby
Good."
looked up and just looked and was like, "Oh, baby's awake." So we have one picture with the baby. That's not.
I mean, the baby's in all the other pictures.
Well, she's asleep and you can't see her face. And then she turned around and was like, "What are you doing to me?"
But she was wearing a little bear onesie, so I was so cute.
Yeah, yeah. But so we'll be doing chalk walk next year. We want a huge team, so already be planning ahead for it. Who knows when it will be? Because we used to be able to say second Sunday of the month in October, and this year it was right before Halloween. So I'm betting they'll do that again if I had to make a guess, but nobody seemed to know for sure. So be planning ahead for next October, and
Come meet my parents.
yeah, come meet Katie's
That's the real
parents.
draw, folks.
There's the draw.
Come meet Mama and Papa Bear.
Yeah, Mama and Papa Bear.
Mama and Papa Bear. Yes. Yeah, you won't regret it. It's a great cause and it's a great walk. And if you're going to get up early in the morning, it might as well be for something like this, right?
For at least a good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, why not? Another exciting thing or entertaining thing we've done in the last couple of weeks is we reviewed together Finding Dory, digital HD download thing on iTunes.
Yes.
And I'm going to let you lead off, I think.
Good.
What's your opinion?
Talk, one, about the movie, and then two, what was your favorite bonus feature? Because you were enthralled with the bonus feature.
bonus feature
So
was great.
asking
We were
for
having
one
a
is
good
actually, for the most part.
So the great part about being able to review these movies from Disney is you get to see a lot of the work that goes in. I mean, you always know with a Disney movie how much work goes into it.
Pixar.
But, Pixar. But with these films, you know how much effort is being put into it and how much behind the scenes stuff you just completely forget about when you're watching the film and enjoying it. So there was so much of the film watching it again.
Hold on one second.
Sure.
Hold on.
Geeks Corner Cheese Puns. Our show tonight is fueled by coffee, so you can have Havarti. Go ahead.
Bravo. So I really enjoy the movie
Oh,
itself.
one more thing.
Sure, let me stop.
Mary Casilla says, want to hear embarrassing stories from another parent?
Yes!
What's,
Mama Mary.
What's funny is, so this is my mother-in-law. Hello, mother-in-law. In the couple of years that she's actually had knowledge of me, she probably has more embarrassing stories than for you for your entire life. So.
I love it. So when are you available?
That works for me. All right, now continue on about Finding Dory. Thank
For
you.
really?
Oh, well, I'll see how I feel.
All right. Well, great
You know how
movie.
this works.
I know, and you found a bit. Good movie. I really did enjoy it. I identified with it because I grew up near the Monterey Bay Aquarium where they did a lot of their research for the film. And you can see a lot of those elements in the film, which is really enjoyable. So it felt like going home for me for a little bit. But in the special features, you really get to see how much effort they put into really capturing the feel of aquatic life, specifically the
Like
segment
making it wet.
like making it wet, which is mind-bogglingly hard in computer stuff. So good for
There
them.
were some really impressive animations.
Yes,
That was
specifically
Frank.
on the animations. Yeah, the Frank, the
Yeah.
Septipus.
Yeah.
Is his name Hank?
Hank, you're
Hank.
right.
Yes, good
Good
correction.
That was embarrassing
He's a
for you.
I'm
Septipus.
so glad that you're here.
The only reason
But
why I'm
That's
here.
If you think about like
Roger's supposed to keep me on the ball with that, but
if you think about like normally animating like a
Yes.
human, they have a few different points they can move. With an octopus, they noodle all over the place.
Well, I thought it was
Sorry,
funny. The
what?
reason he had 7 instead of 8 was they decided
One less is
8
easier.
would be too hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Like literally, it's like, well,
And
8 tentacles are too hard. We'll do 7.
And you see the animators just go every single time they thought, oh, I don't have to do an 8th one. This is amazing. It's a good thing.
Every little win. So what do you think of the movie?
Watching
Besides it
again,
looking like
it's
home?
since watching it in the theaters, it still holds up. It is very enjoyable. I mean, just the visuals alone are worth watching the film because they do such a beautiful job with it. And the folks they have as the voice actors, they have such natural comedic timing that
I love the scene or the extra feature where they're driving in the car.
Yes,
And
it's
Andrew
the show.
Stanton's just talking with them, and then at the end they're like, "You're just driving us because you don't think we're gonna get there on time, don't you?" He's like, "Well, yeah."
And you get to re-see that so much of what you're seeing in the film that feels so natural is just because
Yeah.
these actors are that natural. It's wonderful.
Is that all you had to say?
That's all I have to say.
All right. So what did you think of Finding Dory?
It was my first time seeing it. I was supposed to go see it in theaters, and like a bunch of stuff happened where I didn't. So Mr. Daps was like, "Do you want to come watch Finding Dory?" And I was like, "Boy, do I! I'll finally understand what the kids are talking about."
That's what she said exactly.
Dead on. Like,
That's just how I talk.
There was a
guys.
little bit
This isn't
more of an
act.
accent when she said it, but keep
but it
going.
was in text, so I'm not sure how she pulled that off.
I actually called
wonder
him to
that
say,
all the
"Boy,
time.
do I!"
And then she hung up.
Yeah,
So
That's
bizarre.
all.
done. Bully.
Hold
Only
on
for
for
you,
just
son.
a second. The lack of good cheese puns is making me feel very blue.
Who's that from? Somebody needs credit
That
for
would
that.
be William Fonda.
Yeah.
Continue on with your
My
movie
boy.
critique.
It was really fun. I think my favorite part was that Cameron knows I'm a sensitive little soul, and every 5 seconds he kept turning back around to be like,
Oh no
"Is
no!
she crying?"
Everybody was doing that.
But you're the
was
focal point.
Cameron was the most obvious.
And mind you, I'm way up close to the TV.
I'm in
Katie's
the
probably
back.
15 feet back. So every once in a while, it was
And
just
Katie's there like this.
holding it. Well, from when tiny baby Dory with 50% eyeball was on the screen, she's just sitting there like she went from like, okay, I'm relaxed to watch a movie to, oh no.
You're doing a really good impersonation of your role. There's tears in my eyes thinking about
But especially that opening.
Yeah, I have short-term memory loss,
Just
and
like-
she's just gone. Like,
We need a Phoenix.
So, what did you think? What did you think about the show?
I'm a mess. The movie or the show?
The movie show.
I
thing.
thought it was really fun.
she's emotionally compromised remembering it.
This
Like,
actually makes me think of a new segment we should maybe be doing with Katie, and that would be read your favorite Hallmark card.
oh. For the record, I already know I can cue this up with because I have proven it
In fact, we
before.
could make it a Christmas segment next month.
And we need to have like sentimental music underneath it.
Absolutely.
Yes. Like
So-
that glow filter.
We'll
Yes.
play some really pretty music and very classical Christmas.
Today's story is the lonely puppy, and she'll just be done. Like it's gonna be.
Why is the puppy so
So,
lonely?
if you would like to, we need to set up like a P.O. box so people can mail us cards for Katie
What's
to
your
read.
suggestion? Wait, for the rest of the episode, just so we can see how much of a feeling there is, use the hashtag Geeks Corner and give us titles. Like titles for segments that we could read to Katie for stories.
There we go. Another William Fonda pun. I feel like Finding Dory was a good movie, but there were Feta Pixar movies.
Yes, cheese pun related to what we're talking about.
All
well
right, continue
done.
on about your thoughts of Finding Dory.
I thought it was really fun.
You just liked it because she's blue.
It's I do
She's
relate
your tribe.
to the blue my tribe.
These cheese puns are great.
G-R-A-T-E.
Uh-huh.
Ah!
Well done, Jenny.
Jay!
Yay!
In-house,
There she goes.
In-house
puns.
tweets.
In-house tweet.
Hashtag in-house tweet.
I wasn't expecting it to be as good as Finding Nemo, and I can like hear it in my voice. how
Was
I've
it
been
as
crying.
good or better?
I think it was as good. I haven't watched Finding Nemo in a bit.
It's really long.
It is. They're finding him in Australia. Australia is very far. You need a long time for that. But I think it might have even been better. Baby
Might have
Dory
been.
got me. And the what are they?
So you're
The sea
saying
lions?
you were taken in by the gimmicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
They know
Just
how to
check.
get me.
One credit to that in comparing the two films. I'm very proud of the folks over at Pixar for skipping over much of the same territory they went over in the first film.
That was a good choice.
Yeah.
Both with the original storyline, which they just hit and kept going, and in the travel sequence, getting over to California, which is very early in the film. They do it in 30 seconds and get done with it on the new stuff.
Just because they're like, like we've done.
Yeah.
They're like, here is Crush.
Very good choice.
We are in California.
Yep. I need to get a queso, these puns, for later use.
Queso.
William Pun.
Bilingual puns.
What was your favorite bonus feature?
Oh man, I did. So bonus features might go on as long as the movie.
Longer. They were long. Like, we were watching, I'm like, oh, these are so good. But they never end. And we didn't even watch the commentary reel. Like, we did everything but that.
I think when they ended, I looked at Mr. Daps and I said, "Are we done? It's over."
It was a marathon. Like, and they were all good for the
Yeah,
most
they
part.
were.
There was a
It's
couple
not for
that
lack
weren't,
of fascination. It's just
there were a couple that I don't think were great, but they weren't. There weren't any boring ones this time. I don't
The
think.
living aquariums, maybe.
Those aren't really bonus features. Those are screensavers. We didn't watch the whole
and
hour of those either.
we were not the target audience for all of those bonus features. I think
That's
is
true.
worth noting. Some of the ones that we took gleeful enjoyment out of watching, shall we say, we weren't the target audience for, and I can see why they were included. But they've certainly packed a lot of value into the bonus features of this.
I have to interrupt you again.
Please do,
I'm
yes.
sorry. Any chance I have to fuel sibling rivalry, I will definitely help with.
Good.
So Caitlin Noel isn't participating in the cheese puns, and it's really making me feel provolone in this room.
Oh, Caitlin, where's the cheese puns?
Cheese
Caitlin?
shots fired.
Caitlin, you've been called out. Anyway.
I really liked I think it was one of the first bonus features we watched with the animators.
Yeah.
And they were all just so proud of the work that they've done.
That's true. They really, you could see the investment they had taken in it.
And a lot of them, they're animators. They don't really know what to do in front of a camera.
So the question I have to ask
But-
about them, because this is this segment, what would you say is plural for octopus?
Ah, yes. It bothered us much.
So what would be the correct answer?
Octopi.
Okay, continue.
The entire bonus
I
features,
think they're trying to be cute, but keep going.
every single one, they kept saying octopuses. And then at one point, they address it and they go, octopuses? Octopi? And I'm like, it's octopi. Okay, good. They're going to fix it. And then they kept saying octopuses.
Maybe they filmed the other ones before the...
But they've been working on this film for years, and they did a lot of research. It was intentional. It had to be intentional.
I think it had to be intentional as well. I enjoyed the movie as well. The bonus features were good. Let's move right along.
Hooray.
Yay!
I know.
Good work.
I feel like these cheese puns are really hit or Swiss.
Thank
Thank you, Steven.
Steven! There he is! In-house.
In-house tweets.
Moving...
Fun cheese fact.
Oh, gosh.
Are
Is
there
it
fun
fun?
cheese facts?
Did you know the holes in Swiss are getting periodically smaller because cheese is getting too clean? So the holes become smaller because bacteria is what actually makes the holes. Now you've learned something.
The more you know.
Now that I've broken the pace of the show, let's move on to the next segment.
Snow White's getting a live-action movie.
I'm out.
No, she's not.
Wait,
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she is.
I have a question about this.
Good, but me too.
Wasn't this... Couple questions. First of all, how dare you? Didn't we just say this in our headlines from the future?
We did.
Did we really?
Yeah, we made this reference a couple of times.
We really need to start checking these for reality because we have been right too many times. We're right more often than the weather is.
I think so.
Like,
Probably true.
So take an umbrella.
I'm pretty sure
so
it was like 2100 or something when Snow White was coming out.
Aaron Cressida, you don't know when it's going to come out.
You don't know.
Aaron Cressida Wilson, who penned The Girl on the Train, will be writing this new feature. It will have new original songs. And that's pretty much all we know right now. Some person named Benj Pasek and Justin Paul. Do you know these people? They're going to write the new music. And Mark
Okay.
Platt, who's also working on Mary Poppins Returns, is producing it.
Okay.
And it'll be a return to 1937 when the original Snow White came out. But I'm assuming she'll have more depth and her face will look...
One would hope.
Yes.
So here's,
So thoughts on a new
here's
Snow
what I
White?
gotta say. Like, this is sacred Disney ground. That,
Don't mess up.
That they're like tread lightly because there is so much that can go wrong here. Like, I mean, they've been
Well, I think you could make an argument that Snow White is the best Disney film.
absolutely,
Period.
and
What would
at,
you
the-
say to that, Roger? Snow White, best Disney film. Period.
at least the
Yes,
most
yes, it
significant.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
Well, you and speaking to Disney directly,
Mm-hmm.
you've had success with doing this for films. Jungle Books was a roaring success, so you can take the classics forward. Obviously, you
Is
can
this
do that.
you, Cameron?
Yeah, that is me. That's me as an old German woman.
I just retweeted a picture of Cameron as an old German woman
Named Candy.
named Candy. All right, continue on.
Yes.
And William says, and now she's making me feel like a monster.
Months. Oh! Oh!
Caitlin, I still don't see any puns from you. We know you're coming down in 2 weeks. We will have a
true.
camera.
It's true.
We can-
Continue on.
Yeah, just I mean, you can do it. Obviously, do these movies, but this is one that you can't just say, "Oh well, we messed this one up." Like this is, y'all got to be on point for it to use the vernacular. Like,
I would say it's
Use the
the riskiest
vernacular.
one they've done since Mary
Absolutely.
Poppins.
although I'm more hopeful about Mary Poppins.
Miss Bailey C says, I'm sorry I'm not up on the cheese puns. I'm afraid that'd be too cheesy.
Straightforward. I like you. You know, no nonsense with your puns.
Very
good.
good. So, thumbs up or down, how will this movie turn out?
Ooh, I am thumbs
Yeah,
down at the
yeah.
moment.
2 thumbs down
Yeah.
from Cameron.
I'm 1 up, 1 down. I'm
Like-
not sure how to feel about it.
The correct answer is both sideways. Roger is absolutely correct. We will keep you updated on how this goes.
I'm still hopeful. I will say that. I want that to
I
work.
want to believe.
But it's good composer.
So you might have been sitting here watching the show tonight wondering, why would Cameron be wearing a tie, a hat, a coat inside of a
Well,
studio?
we're wondering that too.
We've been wondering that too.
Frankly,
but
I
really
am as
we
well.
know, because Cameron has been advocating for us to do yet another segment on Dapper Day, which apparently...
Y'all don't hate on it.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying you've been advocating it.
I have
And
advocated.
so
I'm much advocate.
we thought we would take a different approach than we normally do with Dapper Day and give you some actionable, useful, hopefully, tips for Dapper Day. And because Cameron is so excited about Dapper Day, I'm going to let Katie lead off.
Yeah.
So, Katie is our resident expert makeup. What is a makeup person called?
Artist?
Cosmetologist.
Artist? Okay.
I would never call myself
Cosmetologist?
that.
No?
See
Okay,
what
so
is my
she
face?
puts stuff on her face and she knows what she's doing.
She done made the colors go in her face.
She's a makeup artist. There you go. Yeah, you're a
Relatively.
makeup artist.
Makeup sommelier.
So, if
Makeup master.
people are preparing for Dapper Day this weekend, and it doesn't look like it's going to rain, so you've got that going in your favor. In fact, it looks like Sunday is going to be in the mid-70s and very comfortable, which is
Yeah.
very rare for the fall Dapper Day. What would you say for tips for making a successful day of makeup so you don't look crazy by the end of the day?
I would say no matter what you're doing with your makeup, because there's many makeup tips that I could give. Like in general for your look, I can't tell you. Not that they're secrets that I'm like keeping, but I like made it sound like I have secrets I can't tell you. Setting your makeup when you're done with like a powder or setting spray. Just because you're going to be at Disneyland probably for a while, usually most of the day, and you might start to run, start sweating, whatever, and that prevents it from, like, all coming down. I was going to say you could always go very classic with, like, a winged eyeliner and, like, a red lipstick if you're doing makeup, but last Dapper Day, I was wearing blue lipstick, so there's no rules, like, no one has to do anything, but... I think that as long as you are comfortable and happy and you are proud of the way you look, then go out and don't let anybody tell you different.
Yeah.
That was very
That
empowering.
was very good. Well done.
That's how I feel about makeup.
All right, you got to top that. Buddy.
I'm not going to top it, but I'll do something different. So
Okay, thank you.
we play a game on Dapper Day, and you don't want to be on the list for this game.
Oh, that's
Um,
true.
This game is noting the greatest faux pas in men's fashion possible.
Yes.
And so many people for Dapper Day, and
Wait, there's 2.
there's a couple, and one of them you're demonstrating right now the proper way. Probably not talking about the same thing. Any biscuits?
No, we were. But go ahead.
Okay, cool. a lot of folks, Dapper Day is a unique opportunity to dress up, and we're very glad that you are. It's good to take pride in what you're wearing, and it's great to be able to explore fashion. But if this is your first run at it, there's a couple of general fashion rules. Of course, do what you want, have fun with your style. But for the love of all goodness, gentlemen, suspenders and belts do the same thing, and if you wear both of them, it's ridiculous. If you're wearing suspenders, that's what holds up your pants. You don't need to wear a belt with the suspenders to equal that out.
Unless it's lederhosen.
But that's kind of like incorporated in the pants, and it's wider.
I just realized that's a case where that's.
So unless
acceptable.
you're wearing specific German cultural attire,
I would like to see.
I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You pull it off,
Sunday night.
and then you win. Like, come shake our hand. But seriously, we'll be keeping a tally, so don't be that person. Also, and this is a note for the Mr. Daps over here, take the opportunity to learn gentlemanly skills. Even if it's very difficult, the internet can teach you just about anything right now. The whole point of a bow tie is to be able to tie it. And for those of you worried about being able to tie it properly or have asymmetry, that's what gives it class. It's unique. It's you. If it's a little bit uneven, that's fine. Something about the rigid clip-on or tie-around bow tie just doesn't really look good. It's going to detract from what you're wearing. So take the chance to learn how to do it. There are tutorials online. They're very simple to follow.
And if you don't think it looks perfect, you've done it exactly right.
Absolutely, yes. Plus, the best thing about a bow tie, and this is something Mr. Daps attests to quite often, is taking off a bow tie. There's nothing classier, more very George Clooney-esque than untying a bow tie and letting it hang there. So, added benefit.
It kind of makes a pop when you pull the knot apart, and it's a very satisfying thing at the end of your day. Yeah, that's exactly right. Good job.
Thank you.
Do you have any tips on hats?
Oh, I've recently gotten a little bit more hardcore into the hat game.
Because you have a new hat. That you're
I
gonna be
do. I have a
wearing
new
this
hat
weekend.
for Sunday, and I'm very excited.
I'm so excited.
First and foremost, know your face shape. Different hats look good on different people depending on what your face shape is. I have a very roundy face.
Hold on.
Go.
Your mother-in-law just said, in case you were wondering,
Good. Cheese bun start.
I have more pictures.
Yes,
Oh, good.
yes.
So this could become a weekly segment where she just sends a picture and we'll just talk about it on the show.
Oh, good.
Anyway, continue on hats.
So I have a roundy face with much beard, which means that certain brimmy hats like this bowler, which I am wearing, coachman's hats, and shorter top hats, which aren't going to elongate my face, work well. If you have a much thinner face, you can pull off things like a fedora or a trilby, like the gentleman is demonstrating here. By the way, trilby, fedora, different hats. That's a trilby. Fedora has a much wider brim.
Think Indiana Jones.
Yes, which I have an Indiana Jones hat. I could
have
wear that.
3.
Of course he does.
Are you upping me on Indiana Jones hats? Well,
Yes,
I'm
yes, I
upstaged on Indiana Jones hats.
have
Go.
0.
Point being, do a little bit of research on hats, and feel free to have a little bit of fun with it too. I mean, mine's very black brim, but you can add a little piece of color that matches your tie or something of the sort. A hat is just as much an accessory that can have accessories as anything else you're wearing.
Yes. I had to think about that one for a second.
Double accessory.
And then my tip is, it's Sunday. Dress up.
Yeah.
Do it every Sunday. You don't have to do it just on Dapper Day. Like, imagine if every Sunday were Dapper Day, and that would be the world in which we live in, and that would be...
true. That was pretty
I
good.
just got that in stereo. That
We're
was
in
awesome.
sync tonight.
I know. What's going on?
But on that point, you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. There is a wonderful bit of pride that comes in thinking about what you're wearing, going out and having people, hearing people not talk to you, but talk to other people of like, they're really dressed up. Like, and you're like, yeah, I know. But you get to be that person. So enjoy it. Dapper Day is just not for Dapper Day. Dapper Day can be any day. Right? Right.
That was very good. It was a little bit shorter. We could have tweeted that, but it was a little bit long.
Find a way to say that shorter in tweet.
Okay.
Use the hashtag Geeks Corner.
That's
Incorporate a cheese pun. Give us a title to make Katie cry. A lot of things today.
That was a good episode. You're right. We should do these things
Yeah.
more often. This is great.
But we did hear from a sibling.
Ooh, sibling has said.
Let's
Yes.
hear it.
Was there a throwdown?
Yes.
Was
sorry,
it a good one?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been having a really long conversation
Wheelie.
with La Diva Jenny.
Good.
A wheelie long.
Wheel.
No, I don't.
As-
Well,
I
we got,
accept
like,
his cheese wheel.
Yeah.
Like,
I get that, but we got like 6 from William, and they were
That's
all
true.
amazing, and none of them were an excuse.
Ooh.
so what? So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying he has more culture.
Oh, well done.
I've been trying not to make too many because I want to give them to the people, but I had to throw that one in.
Well, we are running out of time, so you have 30 seconds. In fact, we're gonna time this.
No.
So you're gonna count how many he does, and
I can count.
I'm gonna time his 30 seconds of punny horribleness,
I can count to 10.
and this will be great. So you have 30 seconds to give us cheese puns, and that will
Cheese
wrap
puns,
up
cheese
our
puns.
show. So are you ready?
No.
On your mark,
I thought you were on time.
set. go.
Well, I had a really good a time this evening. I don't want to be too sharp with these, but in truth, I mean, I really want to convey the way in which to say puns. This is really hard. I mean, it's just curdling my brain. I mean, it's really like I'm becoming almost intolerant to these, almost like a lactose-based intolerance. That was
Is that
okay.
5?
That's
5.
not bad.
That's not bad. I
No.
was actually expecting 8, but that's okay. We are out of time for tonight. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Always leave us comments. Tweet at us. We love to tweet back at you. Do you have anything you wanted to add, or are you just looking?
Find us on Sunday. We'll be there.
Find us on Sunday. Get pictures with us. That'd be fun also. But
Sure, we'll be
for
there.
now, we will see you around the corner.
Bye.